Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and the new expansion for Hearthstone is here, the WitchWood. So it's time to do deck rebuilds. Last time we did mage deck rebuilds, so as we're working our way down here, it's now time to do Paladin deck rebuilds. So let's start with this and see what we could do if we were going to listen to other classic recipes. So I have all 30 of the requirements for classic Paladin. Probably going to be true for all the classic things. I'm missing 3 things for Shields of Light, which that's kind of a shame because it means this classic recipe, Shields of Light, which has been around for at least a year, like I'll probably be able to play it 4 or 5 years from now. Like, it may be that long, actually. Although, some of this is new, too. So they've updated it, so it's not even the old recipe of Shields of Light. And we're missing 3 for Greymane's Alliance, which is interesting, too. But we're going to do a custom deck. So the first thing we need to do is see if the WitchWood cards that we have are going to change much. The first thing I guess I can do is this. This was going to be my Murloc deck because of this one guy alone. So let's just start and see if we can make a standard Murloc deck. Or is Murlocs now only really playable as far, like, no WitchWood Murlocs were added at all. So the question will be, can you play Murloc cards and be reasonable in standard? Let's see that. These are still standard cards. That works. That works. Let's see. Discover secret. Return any spell cards on this one. You probably don't want to play that Murloc. I don't know. Seems like you're kind of limited here. I'm a little bit short on Murlocs. Like, I'm missing 1 epic here. And if I throw those 2 in there. And I'm missing 1 of these epics. Well, it certainly does miss some stuff compared to playing Corrupted Seer as a Murloc that deals 2 damage to all non-Murloc characters, and playing Old Murkai, which has +1 attack, or these Murlocs that draw more cards. Like, you're not gonna succeed as well. Or these Murlocs, they give you a 1/1 ooze with taunt, or discover a new basic hero power. Yeah, I'm not sure you really wanna play Murlocs now. They've put too many of them in wild. Inspire, summon another Murloc. Your hero power becomes summon a 1/1 Murloc. The Murloc Paladin was great before. So if we're going to stay standard and play Murloc, then we've got to figure out, what do we do for the last 5 cards? What specifically would be helpful? A couple of equalities should be fine. So the minions attack and health to 3/3, that might be alright. Here we go. We'll take a couple of these and let's get rid of 1 of these and take another 1 of these. Envy spells cost 5 next turn. Draw as many cards as you until you have as many as your opponent. That's probably not a bad card to play either. Give a minion Divine Shield and draw. This Blessings of the King is still probably pretty good. Bonus effect in your hand is a little too random. After you summon a minion, you give it +1 and lose 1 durability. That's probably not a terrible card to have. Also, some mass damage. Also, not a bad idea. Let's see, what else might be worth having in a deck like this? One of the things I guess I'm learning here, and I'm a little bit wrong, is there are a lot of 2 mana and 3 mana Murlocs. So this one that turns all your 1 cost Murlocs into something else is actually a flawed concept. Let's see, after your hero attacks, give your minions +1/+1. That looks like an interesting idea too. So yeah, this won't work. We need to instead go to all standard cards and go 1. And while we can have some Murlocs, we need to get rid of ones that aren't. Yeah, so you really can't make a Murloc deck. Not by any traditional means. If you have to actually limit yourself down to 1 mana cards only, it just doesn't work. Give a minion +2 attack. So I take this, we take this, we take this, take this, this, this. Take this, I guess. Take that. Take that. So all 1 cost cards. Wait, I don't want to summon a 1 cost minion for your opponent. And let's. So this is 1 cost, which might be worth playing. Like, there might be a daily quest to play minions that cost 2 or less. So this solves that. But it doesn't really play as a Murloc deck. And so we'll have to see if maybe in the Priest or the Shaman deck, if there's a reason to do that. Let's come back to Paladin. Now, there's a shield, some shield cards, which, what's going on here? WitchWood. Search phrase. Oh, I gotta hit this plus button so I see everything. Nope, don't hit the plus button. Just click on the same thing twice. Alright. So if I was gonna do the Divine Shield concept, does that work? Or maybe Secret Paladin will work. We have like 2 more things that do shield. So how many new shield cards are there? Divine Shield Rush. Seriously, was that it? Well, that's not much of a reason to play this card and then all the things here. Let's see. Unless that really just did... Like straight Divine Shield minions. Gain taunt if your deck has a taunt minion repeat for Divine Shield life. I guess that'll work. If you played an elemental, gain Divine Shield, yeah, that wouldn't work. If you control minions, gain Divine Shield. So, are there any crafting, like Divine Shield cards that I missed? Doesn't seem like it. So, WitchWood is very much a gap-filling deck. And so it seems like now you could make a fully Divine Shield deck. Although, to be honest, there's a decent chance that you should have 2 or 3 synergies in one deck of 30 cards and not play towards just one strategy. Let's see. The only other thing I could think of is target. Like, as a key phrase, target. There was this dragon. Only you can target this with your spells and hero power. That'd be helpful. You can't be targeted by spells or hero powers. That's sort of interesting. A card to play. This might be a valuable card to have in any deck. So it must be in Wild then. Yes. Whenever you target this minion with a spell, gain +1/+1. So if you're going to play Wild and play the Dragonkin Sorcerer, that would kind of make sense. Because there is a decent amount of Paladin cards that are specifically built around powering up. Specifically just in WitchWood. Changing spells, I don't think I'd want to play this. Echo, certainly I'd want to play that. Well, this minion has 3 or more attack, has taunt and lifesteal. That's an interesting way for that to work. So, secret is another thought. So buff of your characters. This card is actually pretty useless if you're not playing a very specific deck, come to think of it, because while you can summon 1/1 Silver Hand recruits, you would not have them in your deck. Let's see. Is there anything in neutral that would make sense? Let's see. If I type in like the number 1 and hit enter, is there something that would give you minions +1 attack, spell damage +1, after your hero's attack +1/+1? Randomly lose 3 hats to other minions. Each hat gives +1/+1. So this puts you in a weird position, because if you were to just build a standard Paladin deck with these new cards, I guess that's what they want you to do, is Paladin here. There's no real synergy to it. It's just instead of playing the weapon that you used to play, now play the silver sword. Let's see if maybe we can squeeze secrets into this. Let's see. Secret. If we were to do eye for an eye, noble sacrifice, redemption, repentance, we could discover more secrets, put a secret onto the battlefield. And then we can do this, and that's it. And if I switch to wild, there's probably Mad Scientist would be very helpful for Secret Paladin. This would be very helpful for Secret Paladin. That would be fine. That would be fine. Yeah, you're really missing out on a lot of secrets. So back to standard. So the new Secret Paladin at best takes 14 of the 15 spaces, which isn't inherently a terrible thought, because then it opens up the door to, well, trying some new cards. Let's see. This one, I don't think we'd have any health restore to play that. The idea of increasing spell cost by 5 is interesting, but not interesting enough. Probably take that. Still take this. Do we want to go ahead and take that? Take that. Again, you'd have to restore health, and you just don't do that. Maybe we do that. See, that was recruit 3 minions that cost 2 or less. Do I have minions like that? Yes, I do. Divine Shield Rush. Still looking. Put those 2 in there, and that fills up the selection. The only thing I could imagine you might even want to add is Knife Juggler. So we'll put one of those in. Certainly wouldn't want Lore Walker Cho. This is not a terrible card to play. Maybe get rid of some of these duplicate secrets. and be more realistic about how many secrets we would play. Don't really have a lot of taunt or any poisonous or silence, and all of those cards realistically should be in the deck. Like, there's probably 4 or 5 really good cards that should be in everybody's deck. For instance, Iron Beak Owl, you probably should have one of those no matter what. There's probably a decent taunt character that should be in there. There we go, we'll take one of those. Maybe go back to the basics and just play Raid Leader even. Like, summon random 1-cost minions. Not a bad thought either. An elemental. Start of your turn, set this minion's attack to 4. Some of these neutral cards are not getting full consideration. It's a little too difficult to go through all of the neutral collection. I'm looking right now at all the cards. I guess I could be just looking at the new cards. Honestly, I think that's about as good as it's gonna get. It does feel like I've either missed something completely, which is possible, or there is a specific desire here to make the Paladin decks just a straightforward deck. You just summon, create characters, you just improve them. So, like, this shield deck, for instance, is only a slight variation of what you could have made before. Characters with the Divine Shield that also, there are a few characters that get buffed when people lose Divine Shield. And this Paladin really isn't much different. It's just a combination of random people that you could buff and secrets that you could have played before. So the only one I'm really interested in, here we'll call this one secret, is the 1 cost. Because that one's either going to work really well or going to be one of the stupidest decks you could possibly build. One or the other. This is effectively 28 1-cost cards and 1 5-cost card. So no spells, no secrets, nothing like that. And hsreplay.net with the Hearthstone deck tracker will probably give me something better for a shield deck and something better with the secret deck. So I'm not even going to bother to try those two. The 1-coster is the one that interests me. So let's give it a go. It's a good thing, even though I'm kind of down on WitchWood and just am calling it a filler expansion with not any really new exciting mechanics or changes or even that exciting cards. It's a good thing that this happened right now, I think, because it allows me some breather time to collect the classic cards. For as much as that, as boring as classic cards are, they are clearly, at least for this expansion and probably for most future expansions, going to be the foundation of any deck. We're going to see Leper Gnome, if Leper Gnome's a classic card, I don't even know if it is. We're probably going to see him for a long time. Goldchild Footman, I'm pretty sure, is a classic card. So playing a deck like this is going to probably be very confusing, because he's going to see an elemental, and then he's going to see something else, and then he's going to see something else. Like it's a sample platter of a deck. This would be a really good deck for people that don't have any cards, too. Yeah, I guess that would work rather well. Of course, most people would have had a board clear at this point. Something that could do 1 or 2 damage to everybody, or in some other way kill all these minions. And yep, he has one too. So then that leaves me with 1 card against 5 cards. I've already lost the game. That's pretty much how it boils down to. Now I'm at 0 cards, he's got 5 cards. If he can do a secondary board clear, I'm going to be so under the gun, I won't be able to succeed at all. This card will help a little bit. Let's see. This. And then we do that. And that. And that. And that. And that. Now I need this Prince Liam. I guess there haven't been any princesses in the game. We should look at that and see if there have been any princesses listed. Because, you know, that would be an interesting twist. Have a full expansion built around princesses. I don't know if World of Warcraft has any major memorable princesses, but let's do that. If this card doesn't happen quick enough, I'm gonna win no matter what. There's a slight advantage playing at rank 20 and just playing a lot of cheap minions. This is the Murloc strategy. Basically, play cheap Murlocs that barely even synergize with each other. And I guess in this strategy, you're playing slightly cheaper characters than Murlocs overall. And because of that, you're succeeding. What is this one gonna die? This. And this. Let's go ahead and kill this one. And this one. And attack here. And do that. And do that. End the turn. What's the realistic number of turns before you get this 1 out of 30 draw? It's probably close to 15 turns, which probably means 14 of these cards will get turned into legendaries. So you need to calculate Prince Liam, a 5/5, with a battle cry that turns on average 14 or less cards. It would be somewhere between 14 and 25 cards into legendary cards. It has to attack a hero, so that's not gonna work. Hmm. Those gerbilers work very nicely. Hmm. Seems like I just lost. Hmm. So it's pretty consistent. I don't think I like any of the 3 Paladin decks I've made. Like, I thought this one might be interesting, but it's way too much of a gamble. Way too much built around this one card. So Hearthstone Deck Tracker doesn't know how to track any of that, so this will be interesting. All of these cards should have disappeared now, or been darkened. Hmm. So yeah, not worth it. Hmm. I don't think you win playing a deck like that, which makes that character kind of useless. Hmm. Like, this whole deck is built around this one character, and it did not do anything for us. It would make sense, I guess, if you had a bunch of 1 mana minions and nothing else. I did like the Feral Gerbiler. The rest of these are kind of pointless 1 mana characters. One thing we wanted to see is if we could find anything that said Prince S. So we'll just search Prince for fairness sake, and let's see, convert this to wild, and then go into crafting mode. Actually, I would prefer not to be in this mode at all. I'd prefer to be here. So there's one Prince Liam, and then there's Prince Malchazar. I could have sworn there was more princes. Like, maybe you have to go into crafting mode first. Let's search out the phrase queen. Emerald Hive Queen, not a human. The Marsh Queen doesn't seem like that's a human either. And Blood Queen Lathanel. That's like the only humanoid female queen. Let's try Prince again. Alright. You have Prince Kalseth, Prince Taldaram, Prince Valinar, Prince Malchazar, Princess Huran. Okay, so there is one princess, but it's not a humanoid figure. How many of these were humanoid figures? Mostly humanoid, humanoid, in the sense that they have 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 eyes type thing. Let's see, Trade Prince Gallowin. Well, that's weird. They're a little bit heavy on the princes and not enough on the princesses. Let's go ahead and just get rid of that because that's not gonna work. And like I said, HS Replay will probably give me a better secret combination meta deck than what I built and there seems to be a slightly improved Divine Shield deck that you could build if you want to be single-minded and only focus around Divine Shield. I don't believe there's a daily quest to play Divine Shield. I'm not even sure there's going to be a daily quest to play Secrets, honestly. So that was Paladin. Next time we'll do Priest. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. When you subscribe, click that notification bell even if you don't think you need to. And if you want to support me even more than doing all of that, friend me on Steam and gift me a game or a gift card. That would be very helpful. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.